Alright, today's video is going to cover the CMMG AR-15 lower parts kit, the unboxing, and I'm going to go over the different components inside of this. CMMG's lower parts kit is a little bit different from a lot of the other lower parts kits on the market, mainly because they do they put a bit more effort into packaging their product. Instead of all the parts stuffed into one clear plastic baggie or a couple plastic baggies and no installation instructions or any idea how to identify which parts go where, what they've done was obviously they have this custom box for this. It carries a SKU number of 55CA6C5, and inside of this box you have your standard AR plastic pistol grip, and you'll see that all the components are in different colored bags: yellow, blue, red, green. They have a clear one. And of course the part of the fire control group is here, and there's a sticker they include with the box, or a sticker that's in the bottom of the box, and this little lower parts kit card. Now the card basically it says if any parts are missing, damaged, or defective, contact CMMG directly via email or phone, and it gives an email address and a phone number. It also proceeds to tell you what's in each individual bag. So that makes it very easy to determine if all your parts are included. So when you get a parts kit like this, you can take this card out and you can open up each individual bag and inventory the contents to make sure you have all your parts. Now the other logic behind this is that CMMG has a video on YouTube that details installation of these parts in a lower, and it goes by color groupings. So the video, I'm going to put a link to the video in my description so you can take a look at the video. I found this parts kit to be pretty much on par with just about every other parts kit on the market. Again, the packaging on this is better than all the other parts kits that I've seen. The fire control group, I mean, these pieces are, I don't know if you can see this, but you know, these have a black oxide or a phosphate type finish to them. I mean, some of these areas are, you know, like right up here, it's nicely machined, and right here. I've used several of these kits to build some lowers, and I haven't had any issues with the fire control group on the two lowers I built. No gritty feel, clean brakes. You know, I think a lot of the little machining touches they do here really make a big difference on this. You don't really have to go in and polish these components yourself. But you know, again, I'm not a trigger expert by any means. I've used a lot of different lower parts kits, and I don't want to mention in this video. I've only run into a few problems with some of the cheaper lower parts kits, and this is definitely not one of those kits. This is on par with, in my opinion, to the Daniel Defense, the Spikes, the Stag kit, the PSA kit. You know, so. But this packaging is definitely better in my opinion. it's you know, for people that are assembling their first lower, the breakdown of the parts in the color-coded bags along with the video make it real easy to do the installation on your lower. At least that's how I see it. So these parts, I believe most of these parts in these kits are all made by Continental Machine and Tool, or CMT. You know, I know CMT makes they make parts for Stag and Noveski, but you know, this is third-party information. This isn't official information. This is just what I've heard on the street. So a lot of these manufacturers, they don't manufacture these parts themselves. They use a large machining shop that has government contracts to supply these parts. I've fielded a few emails from different people saying these parts are made in Asia. I honestly don't believe that that's the case. Maybe in the past it might have been, but you know, these are they don't exhibit the type of poor quality construction that I've seen with parts made overseas, Asia. These definitely look like US made parts to me. That's just my opinion. So let's see. Now this clear bag right here has the takedown pin, the receiver pivot pin, 2 detents, and 2 springs. And you know, I can see that all the parts are here. Nothing out of the ordinary with this particular kit. I'm not going to take everything out of all the individual bags. Now I guess I can take some of these parts out, see if I have any more comments to make. You have the safety selector, which looks like pretty much all the other safety selectors I've seen. This is the bolt and lock washer for the pistol grip. Now this is a black bolt. A lot of kits include silver bolts, and the Spikes is one of those that has a silver bolt. Not that that makes any difference at all. That's just an observation. Detent pin and a spring. All the parts are present and accounted for. I haven't had a CMMG kit missing parts. The red bag contains the hammer and trigger pins, hammer springs, the disconnect and disconnector spring. Spring. Okay, our pins, our hammer pins, pretty much standard. And our disconnector, of course these all have some grease on them. All these pieces are nicely machined. There's no flash on them, there's no rough edges. All the parts are accounted for. And the blue kit has the magazine catch, magazine spring, magazine release button, trigger guard, and trigger guard pivot spring. pin. Okay. Spring. Magazine release button. Kind of standard. Hard for me to tell. These things are all oiled. Yep. Nice machining. No rough edges. That's just a trigger guard. It has a spring pin for one end and then a roll pin. This looks pretty standard. All the parts are counted for. The last bag is the yellow bag. That's got the bolt catch plunger, bolt catch spring pin, buffer retainer, and buffer retainer spring. Okay, again, more parts covered with oil. Nicely machined, smooth, no flash. No rough edges. Plunger and the springs. So that's pretty much all of the different components in the CMMG lower parts kit. And in this particular kit, which is a new unboxing, all the parts are present and accounted for, and that was easy to do because as I open the bag, I'm looking at the little card we saw earlier, which tells me what parts I should expect to see in each one of these bags. The pistol grip, this is your standard AR type pistol grip. Nothing out of the ordinary. I've installed only a couple of these. Now the two CMMG parts kits that I installed one parts kit on a Yankee Hill lower, and the other parts kit went on a Seekins forged lower. Both were forged lowers. I had no fitment issues at all. No type of gritty feel with the trigger. The triggers were real smooth. No extra polishing was needed. But I didn't, aside from dry firing, I did not shoot either of those two. Those were items I put together for other people. So I can't comment further at this point. So this is the parts kit. Now the big question is, I know a lot of people ask me this all the time, what parts kit is better? Well, that's a tough question to answer, I think, for just about anybody. These types of kits that run in the $70, $80, $90 price range are very, very similar, and it would appear to me that most of the components come from the same manufacturer. Choosing this over a Stag or a Spikes or a Core 15, well, I think a Core 15 is pretty much the exact same kit as this. Core 15 even has the colored bags. I think it comes down to, you know, what you can find in this market environment and what the price is. They're roughly the same, in the same price range. So it's probably just going to come down to what you can find in stock somewhere. You know, if you want to, the only thing I can say about the lower parts kits is I prefer the Spikes Tactical Enhanced Lower Parts Kit. And why do I prefer that? Well, the Spikes Tactical Enhanced Lower Parts Kit has the nickel boron fire control group, which I like. It has the rubberized ergo grip with the plug in it for storage. That's another part that I like. It also has an ambidextrous safety selector, and it comes with a set of K&S anti-roll pins for your fire control group. Those are just little add-on things that I like with that particular kit. That kit does cost a bit more, obviously, than this CMMG kit. So it all comes down to, you know, what you want with your parts kit, and if those additional add-ons that come with the Spikes Enhanced Lower Parts Kit, if they're worth the money to you. I've got several rifles with Spikes Enhanced Lower Parts Kit in it, and I have also the standard Spikes Lower Parts Kit, and I don't have anything negative to say about, you know, a standard kit like this one here with these components. They all work good. So it's just up to your individual preference on what you're looking for options when you build your lower. So hopefully this video was helpful. Again, definitely check out the link in my description for the CMMG YouTube video, which is a good video they put together that will assist you with assembling your lower.